Jesus, stop! Oh God, my razor! Someone stop him!
I got it.
Wow, so real.
Alright, here it is. How we doing, Jesus? Are we good to go?
You always seem to walk in the most opportune time. We're ready to play.
Alright, so this is a completely tailored PC with our Vive Index. Now Jesus, what do we have in here?
So in here we're running a 3600X for the CPU, and for the GPU we have a 5700 XT. Now of course we want a 6800 XT and we want a 3080, but you know the deal.
Before we strap this on and try out some VR games, let's go over our design decision and how we assembled this, alright?
Let's do it. We wanted to come up with a case that allowed for portability, cable management, and easy battery swapping. And our goal for this was to get rid of the Vive Index 12 feet long cables that were just a trip hazard. And nobody likes being tethered to anything, right? So the first thing we wanted to do is model it and see what we come up with and iterate from there.
Yeah, again, just like our Xbox, we want all the measurement to be standard, right? So we can swap parts and it's just easier to work with.
So initially we wanted to do 100% 3D printing in PLA. However, due to our printer constraints, that wasn't possible. So we ended up using about 70% laser cutting with acrylic and 30% 3D printing. So here you see that I'm using wood, and that's strictly for prototyping. It's a lot cheaper than acrylic, so it's gonna save me quite a bit of money in terms of iterating these pieces.
Alright, we got a lot of plannings and prototyping here. This is going 24/7. Jesus is working on the case. I'm working on the battery pack. And I believe Ben is playing video games.
So our first laser cut was the backplate, and this is essentially the spine of our case. It's what everything connects to. And to create that sound structure, we used inserts, so we had to melt those in. You'll notice here that there's also 15mm standoffs for the motherboard, and that's to allow for cable management underneath. Essentially, it's for the power and the display of our Vive Index. And here we have our XT60 battery connector. This goes from our battery to our DC power supply. Now we're going to mount this to our battery enclosure. We want to make sure that it's fully secure. Our battery enclosure is actually mounting to our backplate as well as to our bottom 3D printed piece of our case. Now this has to support the weight of our battery, which is fairly hefty. Alright, so we're essentially connecting our cases and securing it with magnets. And it's going to be very important that you mark your magnet, because once you put it in, you can't get it out, and if you put it in incorrectly, you're going to have trouble securing your case.
Yeah, and the reason we go with magnets because we kind of had the intention to make different shell, so we can easily, remove the cover and then put another one in, like maybe made of wood or something.
So here you have our bottom 3D printed being mounted to the backplate as well as to the battery enclosure. A couple key features to our bottom is that this is where our GPU is mounted. We're using a blower style GPU, so all the heat is going to exhaust out the bottom. And it has a space for your I/O shield. It also includes a grill for your air intake. The bottom is important because it's supporting your GPU weight as well as the battery weight, so we want to make sure it's structurally sound and attached securely to our backplate. Our cover is composed of 5 different pieces: the GPU side, the battery side, and then you have a front top made of 3 parts. We wanted to avoid a boxy look, so we decided to add a slant. The difficulty here is, how do you connect 2 pieces of acrylic at an angle? Lucky for us, we have a 3D printer which allows us to create those angle supports, making it so much easier to be able to connect acrylic via PLA.
For our battery pack, we need a big enough capacity to power everything: the CPU, the GPU, the motherboard, and the VR headset. Here, we're running some benchmark to grab the highest wattage that our VR backpack will consume. Then we'll size the cells to however long we want to power it for. We got 5 in series and 10 in parallel. And that's equal to 420 watts total at 21 volt, which will power a backpack for a little over in 1 hour.
You notice that the fans are on the outside of the case. That's on purpose, mainly for aesthetics, but it also gives us a lot more room on the inside. And the inside allows us to do cable management for our Vive headset.
Yeah, purely aesthetic. We were going for that rocket look, right? Yeah, absolutely no reason at all why you would put the fan on the outside, but it looks so cool.
This?
There you go. Is it a nice height for you?
Yeah, it seems pretty good.
I think I can raise this strap, or is it too low for you? It's good? Alright.
It's heavy, but not too heavy. It's manageable.
One last thing we gotta do. We left this for the last minute.
Finishing touches?
Yeah, the finish touch. There you go. You can see a little bit of Radeon logo.
Actually, I don't think I can turn it on.
You don't think you can't turn it on? Okay.
Can't turn it on?
So this requires 2 people? I think I can. Can I?
You can't see.
It'll be really flexible. Okay. Here we go.
Boot it up.
For us, we're gonna be looking at TV, and then we'll use green screen so you guys can see. Here we got a HDMI wireless transmitter, and then here's the receiver to the TV. All right. Looks pretty good. How's the weight? Feeling comfortable? Heavy?
At the moment, I mean, it's heavy, but it's not noticeable heavy. Maybe up here on my chest,
All
but
right. So again,
manageable.
this is a full-fledged PC.
Can I throw it over? Oh no, not the wine.
Oh, you can still pick it up. Nice. Completely
The top.
wireless.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, let me check the battery real quick.
Yeah.
You are good. You are good. FYI, the battery is pretty low, 60% already.
Whoa.
Dang, it's using so much power.
Dude, it feels like I'm living in this thing. So it looks pretty cool. Press and hold to toggle game menu or game menu.
You see a guy about to kick your nut?
Hey, who's here? Who's here?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best VR experience. Oh, that is sick.
There's something here? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't see anything in the game.
That is real life. That's real life cable.
reality.
Forget the storyline. Let's just play with stuff. Notice how Jesus actually tried to step over the ledge. Alright, we're gonna switch the guy real quick. Easy peasy. All the guts are exposed here.
Is it 20? 20 minutes?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
But this is really crappy battery, so. Then we got a fresh new one.
How long
We're
does
at
it take to charge?
86%. It takes about maybe 2 hours. Simple as that.
So you may need to adjust it here.
Okay. Not bad.
Okay.
It's about how much I wear in high school. About maybe.
Is
like
it too low for you?
Couple of
Should-
textbooks?
It's on your left
Oh, okay. That's the challenge. Can you reach your own power button?
side. Alright.
Yeah.
No way.
Go ahead.
There There you go, boot it up.
All right. So feels pretty good. I can, up and down, jump. I mean, you're not running, so
Yeah.
it's really comfortable. I think with the padding and stuff, it just feels really comfortable, just like a backpack. I feel like I'm at a Disney ride, full on ships.
And you're dead.
Russell, just hang on. I'm almost there.
Oh, where is that Reach up for that bottle. Wow, this is freaking amazing. That felt really, really good. I no longer worry about the cable on top of my head or having to walk over the wire on the ground. I didn't even think about it at all. I mean, and the weight is really nicely distributed from the battery pack and the GPU. It's nicely even, so it's not leaning to one side.
Before we turn it on, can you reach the power button?
1 inch up.
No, I can't reach that shit.
Someday we'll find someone.
I'm gonna
try.
I want to try it afterward. You gotta design these things that actually it makes sense to reach the power button. How do you crouch?
Crush in real life.
Yeah.
You die in game, you die in real life.
There are a few things that I would definitely do differently, especially repositioning that power button. It was a pain to turn on, for sure.
You gotta call your neighbor over to turn on for you.
Yeah, you gotta hope they're around too. And if building something and it actually functioning the way that you intend it to function is a great feeling. When I first put that on, it was awesome. You don't even have to put the cover on. So Chris, it was a great build.
Yeah, and when you try VR wired, you keep in mind that okay, there's a wire, I have to move a certain way, but being wireless, you intentionally move in a way that you can't with a wire, and it's so immersive. And again, you can get an Oculus Quest 2 and virtual desktop and go wireless, right? Or get the Vive wireless adapter and go through Wi-Fi. But going wired, you have much more bandwidth. And in the end, we are PC enthusiasts. So it was so much fun doing this project. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and like. We got more video just like this.